All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So today I wanted to make a video about Mike Matarazzo. Now, unfortunately, Mike is another bodybuilder who died very young, and unfortunately, I've made too many videos about this subject. There are so many bodybuilders that die in their 40s and young in their life that it's pretty sad to actually have to make these videos. But a lot of people have been requesting that I do a video on Mike and his cause of death and as it relates to his steroid use. So Mike Matarazzo, his nickname during his bodybuilding career was Big Guns. He was known for having very big arms and very well developed and big calves. He competed mostly in the 1990s. He was 250 pounds on stage and 275 pounds in the off season, and he stood only 5'10". So 2004 was when he would retire, and he began his career in 1991, turning pro at the NPC USAs. During his pro career, he would never win a pro show. So his best showings at the Olympia were actually not that good. I don't think he ever placed within the top 6. But his best show was actually the Night of Champions. So for those of you who don't know what the Night of Champions is, it is basically what the New York Pro is now. And back in the 90s, the Night of Champions was basically one of the top 3 or top 4 shows. So in the 90s, you had the Mr. Olympia, the Arnold Classic, the Ironman Pro, and the Night of Champions. So the Night of Champions was probably the 3rd or 4th biggest show. You can make an argument either way in terms of the Ironman versus the Night of Champions. So in the 1993 Olympia, he placed 18th. In the 1996 Olympia, he would place 13th. In 1997, he would also place 13th at the Olympia. But at the 1997 Night of Champions, he would place 4th. The 1996 Night of Champions, he placed 5th. The 1998 Night of Champions, he would place 3rd, and that would be his best placing at the Night of Champions was in 1998. And in 1998, he would also have his best placing at the Olympia, which would be a 9th place finish at the Olympia. In 1999, he placed 11th at the Olympia. In 2001, his placings got dramatically worse. He placed 21st at the Olympia, which is very bad. And at the 2001 Night of Champions, he actually placed 5th. So not that bad of a finish for the Night of Champions, but it was a weak lineup that year. So getting to Mike's death. So 2001 Night of Champions was his last show. And in 2004, he was forced to retire due to open heart surgery. And in 2004, he was only 38 years old. So 3 years later, in 2007, he would suffer a massive heart attack at the age of 41. But he would survive that heart attack. In 2014, 7 years later, he died of heart complications. He was actually awaiting a heart transplant. When he died in 2014, he was only 48 years old. So Mike said in an interview after his 2007 heart attack that he blames steroids and he thinks they directly caused his heart issues. So Mike was not beating around the bush after he started to have these problems with his heart. He directly blamed steroids. He said in that interview and several other interviews that he directly blames them for what happened to his heart, and he thinks it's definitely the cause of what was wrong with him. So Mike definitely didn't beat around the bush in that regard. He definitely was upfront about the steroid use. He was upfront about the side effects of steroids, and he was upfront about the potential blame that steroids could have caused the condition. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Unfortunately, it's sad to make another video about a bodybuilder dying, but please give it a thumbs up if you learned something new about Mike Matarazzo that you didn't know before, or if you never even heard of Mike Matarazzo. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.